Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I have my glam foundation routine for you guys. These are my go-to products that I use when I'm going out at night. I'll be taking pictures. I just want full coverage, my face to look flawless. If you guys are interested in what I do for every day, I will have that video linked down below. I did an everyday work get ready with me, so that's the foundation that I use. It's quick, it's like 15 minutes, so I'll have that link down below for you guys. But this today is what I do, like I said, when I'm going out. All these products are pretty much from the drugstore except for two, and they just give me the best coverage, and I just love it. My skin doesn't look cakey or anything like that. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I achieve my go-to glam foundation full coverage routine, then please keep on watching. Okay guys, so I've already primed my face with the e.l.f. hydration primer, hydrating primer. It just hydrates my skin so well. I mentioned to you guys before that my skin type is changing. In my, I think my products empties video or my favorites video, I mentioned to you guys that my skin is now really dry because I'm switching over to seasons. So now I'm going in and color correcting. This is my Hard Candy Color Correct Expert Stick in the shade Orange, and I'm just going over all my problem areas. I primed my face and then did my eyes, which took about 5 minutes, not even, like maybe 8 minutes. And I just like to let the primer sit and really work into my skin. So that was more than enough time. And I like to color correct my upper lip hair because I used to shave it when I was younger, and that did cause it to be a little dark. Now I narrow it off and I'm going to start waxing. And then I have little acne scars that I just want all covered up. And I haven't had this color corrector for that long. I think this is like my third or fourth time using it. I just got it last week at Walmart because I ran out of my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color corrector Orange, and that is just way too pigmented for me, and it's so hard to blend out. And I'm using a cosmetic sponge to blend this out because I find when I go in with my beauty blender to blend my color correctors out, it just takes away, and you still want it to be sitting on your skin. So it's color correcting, it's doing its purpose. You don't want to blend it all away because then you just wasted all that product on your face and then you have to go in with that. So we don't want that. So I like to use a cosmetic sponge because it doesn't pick up too much of the color corrector. Now I'm just going to set that with my Airspun translucent powder. I'm just looking for a brush. So now I'm going to use my Airspun translucent powder just to set that color correction. You want to make sure you set your color corrector because if you don't, then you're just going to be blending in your foundation and concealer, and it can turn it orange if you don't set it, and then you're going in with more product, and we want to avoid all of that. And like I was saying, I never finished about the LA Girl concealer. I'm just on the hunt for a new one because that's just, it wasn't my favorite. So I've tried the Maybelline one in the Master Conceal Kit. I am thinking about doing a review on it about the hits and misses of it. I don't know, if you guys are interested in that, let me know. So now that we have set the color correction, I'm going to move on to foundation. I'm taking my Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade Toffee. This is the Dewy and Smooth. And I just like to pour it onto my beauty blender. I need Maybelline to step up and start having a pump because, you know, it's getting annoying because sometimes I pour out a little too much. But anyway, I just take my beauty blender and just dot it on my face, nose, you know, all that, on my neck too, because you got to make sure it all blends. This fits me pretty perfectly, but you know, blending is key. We don't want any harsh lines, so I just dot it around until I don't have any extra left on my beauty blender, and then I just go ahead and blend that out. And the beauty blender is my absolute favorite for blending out my foundation, depending on the foundation, I should say. If it's a liquid, I love to use my beauty blender. If it's a stick foundation, I prefer to use a brush because the brush just gives me the most coverage with the formula of stick foundations. Alright, so now that we have the foundation blended, I'm going to go ahead to conceal and cream contour. To do that, I use my LA Girl Pro Concealers. I use the concealer in the shade Cool Tan, and then I use the color corrector in the shade Espresso. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply those. I love these for going out because it's just such full coverage. Gives me like that nice demi matte look, and you can't go wrong with these concealers. They range from $2.99 to $5. At my local beauty supply store, they are $5, but it's so worth it because the shade ranges they have and the formula, it's amazing. So when I am concealing, I don't bring it farther than where my eye actually goes. I like to stop right here. I went a little too far out, but that's okay. And my main point is to drag it down because I already have a round face and I'm chubby, so if I bring the concealer out, then it's going to make my face look wider, and I want to bring my face down and slim it on out. So I try not to go past my eye, and I like to bring it on my nose, center of my forehead, underneath where my contour is going to be going. Now to contour, I tend to go a little too heavy when I'm cream contouring, so I prefer to dot it. So I just don't like to go all around my forehead. Again, that's going to make my face look rounder, so I just do it on the side. Suck my cheeks in. Put a few dots there. I like to bring it underneath my chin to get rid of that double chin. And I put it under my lips to contour them and give them more of a full look. And I bring it on the side. So we're getting rid of the double chin and then bringing our face in even more. And then now I'm just going to blend that all out with my beauty blender. So now that we have blended everything out, I'm going back in with my translucent powder and we're going to bake with that. I know everyone's baking technique is different. Some like to leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes. Some like to do 2 minutes. I find for me, if I put an excess amount of the translucent powder for 2 minutes, I will be fine. And I don't like to talk while I'm baking just because moving around and stuff can cause it to crack and crease. So I'm just going to apply an excess amount under my eyes for 2 minutes.
I do it for the ladies. I gotta keep it hood. You know this is mine. We just getting started.
DJ Twitch.
I got a condo with me.
So now using my Equal Tools powder brush, I'm just going to be dusting off all that powder and blending it into my skin. To be using my Maybelline Shine Free Loose Powder in the shade Medium just to set my face. Now I do like to bounce back between the Airspun powder and this powder to bake because for every day I don't need it so bright like this. So I will bake with the Maybelline powder because it just matches my skin tone so nicely. And I don't need to look bright every day. I just need my skin to look even and just to set it so it lasts all day, you know? So now we are going to be setting the cream contour, and I know we did technically just set it with the loose powder, but I find that when I don't set the cream powder and go in with the contour powder, it just doesn't look nice. It looks patchy and just sticks and doesn't blend well. So I just set my face first, and I'm going to use the ABH contour kit. I'm going to take this shade right here. I don't know the name of it. This is in the color Espresso. And to contour, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild contour brush. It is really beat up. It's been through hell. It traveled with me down to Miami, got tossed around, so I will be getting a new one, but I just love it. It's just so perfect for contouring, which is why it's called a contour brush, but just, I love it. I love it.
Cup of Jack that I killed, ice melted on the table, and the
To contour my nose, I just like to use powder. I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called Havana, and I picked it up on the side of the brush. I'm just going to start contouring my nose. I like a natural nose contour, so I don't use Espresso because it can be a little harsh, so I just prefer to use this shade. So now for blush, I like to use this blush from the Maybelline Contour Kit. I absolutely love it. It's just that perfect mellow, like wine mauve color that looks good on my skin tone. So I'm taking my Wet n Wild blush brush, dipping into the Maybelline shade, and just applying it to the apples of my cheeks. I used to not be a blush person, but lately I feel like it just tops the look off so well. And for highlight, we're going right back to the ABH Contour Kit, and we're using 10K right here, which is just so freaking beautiful. I love it. And I'm using the e.l.f. complexion brush. And I'm just going to start to highlight. And this is just so pretty and pigmented, so beautiful for every day. It fits my skin tone. So now we're going to just sharpen our face up, make it look even more like sunken. I'm going to pick up some of that translucent powder and put it right underneath my contour. My contour is baking, I'm going to go in and start filling in my brows. Before, I used to say that I would always fill them in first, but now that I'm letting them grow out and they are a little messy, I prefer to just do them after because I don't know, I just feel like it works out better now that I do it after I have my face on. When they were thin, I like to make them thick and then clean them up with concealer and they would be perfect. But now that they are pretty thick and messy, I just like to do it after for some reason. It's just so much faster. And by the way, this is the Maybelline Brow Precise. Okay, so now I'm just going to set my brows in place with my all-time favorite brow gel. This is the e.l.f. brow gel, and I freaking love it. It's $1, maybe $2. I don't know if they went up or not, but it's amazing. And I got this right at Walmart, and I just freaking love it. And now I'm just going to dust off that excess powder. So now that my makeup is all finished, we're going to go in and set it with the Urban Decay setting spray. Freaking love this setting spray. Alright guys, and that wraps up this tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you like any of these products, how you feel about them, or if you guys have some products I should try out. I am on the hunt for a new foundation because I use the same foundation all the time. I will always use the Maybelline foundation, but I want to give a new one a try. So if you guys have any requests, well, any suggestions, whether it's drugstore or high-end, let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you guys like this makeup look, comment down below that you want to see a tutorial on this, and I will go ahead and film that for you guys. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! So I'm setting the cream contour because So I just went in and set my face, even the cream contour, even though So I did go in and set my face, even the cream contour, even though I am going to, wow, really? I'm gonna have to go back in and lay these edges down. Baby, why you gotta have to